Good evening, class. My name is Eva. My team members are Mayor and Madav, and we're presenting today a project titled Topgolf Delhi. So what is Topgolf? Topgolf Entertainment Group, or TEG, is a technologically enhanced golf and entertainment organization which brings people together to make meaningful experiences, but without the premium membership fee and stuffy feeling of a private golf club. Topgolf takes driving ranges to the next level. You can see the driving range bay is set up in the picture. It also has digital screens which enable interactive games such as Angry Birds. You can also order food and drinks directly to your lane, and it's appropriate for all ages, so the whole family can enjoy. Topgolf focuses on the social aspect of golf by adding elements of food, music, and digital entertainment. Its ultimate purpose is to bring people together for a friendly competition in a party-like setting. Right now, there's about over 60 locations of Topgolf all over the world, but none in India, despite the growing golf market in that country. And for this reason, our project goal is to successfully establish the first Topgolf center in India. And more specifically, our main project goal is to establish the first Topgolf in the city of Delhi. This will include obtaining legal permits, acquiring the necessary land, developing the infrastructure, procuring materials, and of course marketing to the public. Opening any Topgolf centers outside of Delhi is outside of our scope, but can be the subject of future projects. So why did we choose to open in India? Golf in this country is regarded kind of as an expensive and elite sport. Most golf facilities there cost quite a lot to enter and only offer full 18-hole programs, which can be quite intimidating and unwelcoming to players of different ages, different experiences, and different circumstances. And due to most golf clubs there being private clubs, there's little to no places in Delhi that actually offers playtime for public access. And this will discourage casual players and people with lower disposable incomes from participating. Why did we choose to target Delhi specifically? Delhi is the capital of India and also the most developed and metropolitan city. Its economy is growing fast, and so are the number of professionals with the money to spend there. This is largely due to the Delhi government encouraging the growth of IT industries. Right now, there's only 7 world-class golf facilities available in Delhi, and they're all private clubs, which again require high membership fees. For this reason, Delhi is a prime target for opening the first Topgolf facility. Our goals and milestones for this project. First, we do want to have established IGU collaboration, and IGU is the Indian Golf Union. We want to collaborate with the local market as well for advertising, obtaining licenses and permits to operate, acquiring our necessary land, developing our infrastructure for the facility, procuring materials and human resources, and then of course a successful project launch. In terms of project highlights, we will be requiring an initial investment of $30 million, and this is going to cover equipment costs, franchise costs, and infrastructure. Our infrastructure we're going to outsource and partner with Larsen & Toubro, or known as L&T, which is a construction company. Our local business partners will include, again, IGU. The Indian Golf Union is the apex organization in India. Their goal is to promote and develop golf as a sport in that country. So we're going to be networking with them and basically building a strong relationship. Our local marketing partners will include Sony Entertainment, who we hope can help us form a solid campaign for marketing, and also the Times of India, which can help with newspaper advertisements. And since our budget request is for $30 million, again, to cover procurement and infrastructure, we do want to know when the project break-even is to be expected. As you can see here, the average pricing for the ticket is based on market research of the current Indian spending power. Based on all the costs and taking into account taxes as well, it's going to take us at least 2 years to break even and start getting a net positive return on our investment. You can also see the process map here. Again, we're hoping to first approach the IGU both their departments of international strategy and international relations, as well as their legal department to see what we need to be able to set up. Next, we want to obtain permits and clearance from the Delhi government. This will include getting permits for serving alcohol and food within our facility, as well as construction permits. Next, we want to acquire the necessary land, about 15 acres, and then also having local market collaboration in order to start advertising for the new opening of our facility. After acquiring the land, we do want to start working on developing our infrastructure, procuring all the materials and human resources needed to run the place, and again, hopefully a successful project launch. Here you can see a timeline of when we hope to achieve what our process is. Although IGU collaboration is going to be the first task, it will overlap with market collaboration as well as obtaining licenses and permits. However, we do need to obtain the licenses and permits before land acquisition and starting construction. Construction and infrastructure development is going to last for at least 6 months, and it's going to be ongoing at the same time as our procurement tasks. From the beginning of the project to our projected project launch date, it should be almost exactly 1 year. And here you can see a list of our stakeholders. This will include a lot of top executives, C-suite executives, and the VP from Topgolf. Our project manager will also be in-house from Topgolf. And then we're going to have 2 representatives or consultants from IGU, one from International Relations Department and one from the Legal Department. Lastly, we have a contractor, the Manager of Engineering from L&T Construction Company. When communicating with our C-suite executives and the VP, we always want to be very direct and logical. We're going to be communicating with them mostly for strategizing and progress updates, as well as making sure the whole project is on track. Communicating with the project manager also needs to be very direct, but also detailed and very frequent, since the project manager is going to be in charge of all the day-to-day operations. When communicating with the IGU representatives, we need to be a little bit less direct and actually more tactful. That is to use more cultural awareness and cultural sensitivity when we're speaking with them. And this is to build a strong network, a strong relationship with the Indian Golf Union. Lastly, communicating with the L&T Manager of Engineering, we need to be very direct and very, very detailed, so we're not having any mistakes or miscommunications with urban planning and infrastructure. In our stakeholder analysis, we can see that most of the C-suite executives and the VP will have high influence on the project, but low interest on the day-to-day goings-ons. This means that we need to keep them satisfied and keep them informed, but not that we need to communicate with them or manage them too closely. The project manager has both high influence and very high interest in the day-to-day tasks. So this is a key player in our project, and we need to be managing him very, very closely and working with him very closely, communicating very frequently. The consultants and the contractor from IGU and L&T will have low influence on the direction of the project, but high interest in the day-to-day tasks. Therefore, we need to keep them informed, but not as closely as a key player like the project manager. Our overall communication plan is to have quarterly meetings, which will be for strategy development, progress reports, and they will be mostly with high-level executives like the C-suite, CFO, VP, for example, and this is so that we can make sure the project is on track each quarter or adjust for the next quarter if it's not. Then we'll have bi-weekly meetings with high-level operations in discussion. This will be with the CMO for marketing strategies and also the COO for operation strategies. They're a little bit more hands-on, so we need to communicate with them a little bit more frequently than quarterly meetings. Then we'll have weekly check-ins with the contractors and consultants. This is so we can manage and monitor them, making sure we're on the same page and that progress is going smoothly. Lastly, we want to have daily emails and memos with our project manager and our project team members. We need to communicate frequently for smoothness on the ground level operations and making sure that we're all driving towards the same goal of a successful launch date. You can see that with this matrix, we're kind of reiterating what we were talking about in the last slide. Each stakeholder has a different requirement for how frequently we need to talk to them, how we communicate with them, and the content type that we talk to them as well. A VP and CFO will only need quarterly meetings and progress reports just for overall strategy and high-level assessments. The CMO and COO will be communicated with biweekly for meetings and emails as well. And with the project manager, they need to be communicated with on the daily. They need to be communicated with meetings, emails, progress reports, and also memos. This is so that planning resources and managing the progress can be ongoing. Then for the IG representatives, after the initial meet and greet, they don't need to be communicated with all the time, but maybe as needed, keeping up with them through emails or informal get-togethers. And the L&T representative needs to be emailed weekly, just to make sure that everything's going on schedule with construction. I hope that you learned more about our project kickoff and our project goals. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know if there's any questions.